What is Zen? Well, there's two possible answers. One is Zen is one school of Buddhism. It developed in China about 1,500 years ago. Usually they say that it was the Indian monk Bodhidharma who brought Zen from India, and when he met the Chinese emperor, and probably it's a made-up story, but for the identity of Zen Buddhists, it's an important story. Bodhidharma was supposed to have had an interview with the Chinese emperor, and the Chinese emperor had built lots of temples. He had supported monks and nuns. He had the Indian sutras translated into the Chinese language, and he asked Bodhidharma, first of all, what virtues have I accumulated by all that I've done for Buddhism? And Bodhidharma said no virtues at all. And the emperor was surprised and asked Bodhidharma, well, what is the holiest thing, the one holy truth of Buddhism? And Bodhidharma says, it's open and wide, there's nothing holy. And the emperor lastly asked Bodhidharma, who are you? Who are you to talk to me in that way? Bodhidharma said, I have no idea. And then he went to Shaolin to sit for 9 years in a cave until his first student came. And at first Bodhidharma wouldn't even look at him. Only after the student chopped off his arm to demonstrate his motivation, his willingness to study with Bodhidharma, he turned around, and the student asked, my mind can't find peace. Please give peace to my mind. And Bodhidharma said, well then, show me your mind, bring that mind to me. And the student says, I can't find it. And Bodhidharma says, there, your mind already has peace. That's the story about how Zen started in China. And Bodhidharma is also credited with saying that we don't rely on the sutra. That's the difference between Zen and all the other Buddhist schools. They all rely on this sutra or another sutra, because there's lots of scriptures in Buddhism. And few Buddhists study all of these scriptures. There's too much. So they concentrate on one. For example, the Lotus Sutra, or a sutra that concentrates on the Buddha Amitabha, whatever. And Zen says basically forget the sutras. Follow the example of the Buddha. That means sit. Sit, sit. And of course it's not only about the sitting, but being aware in all of what you do during the 24 hours of the day. So Zen is the school in Buddhism that says, well, if you don't become Buddha, you won't find the Buddha anywhere. You don't find him in the scriptures, you don't find him in the temple halls. It's not about the, how do you say, the statues. You have to manifest the Buddha in daily life. And that's, well, the historical development, but you could say that actually, well, Zen isn't part of Buddhism at all, because you don't have to believe in Buddhism. You don't have to believe in the teachings to do that. You could do it as a Christian, you could do it as a non-religious person. So you could say, and some people do that, that Zen is kind of the core of Buddhism, but it's not part of Buddhism. You could also, well, take it out of there, so to say. Remove the religious taste of Buddhism altogether.